What's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today I'm driving a 2003 Pontiac Sunfire. Up front is a 2.2 liter inline 4. Down below is a 4-speed automatic transmission. If you want any more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive. And if you want to see my videos early, head on over to my Patreon. It'll be down in the description below. This is not your average Sunfire, and we are not driving on your average roads. We are driving off-road. This is going to be quite the interesting review. So like I said, up front is a 2.2 liter inline 4. It's part of the Ecotec family, which my Pontiac G6 actually also has an Ecotec engine. It's a 2.4 liter. They're pretty solid, pretty reliable engines. As you can tell, this one has had the crap beaten out of it, and it's still somehow going. Like I said, paired to it is a 4-speed automatic, which the automatic is fine. As you can tell, it's handling off-road fine, but it's pretty much just a GM standard transmission. Now, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 4 analog gauges. To the far left is temperature. Then center left is the tachometer. Then center right is the speedometer, and on the far right is the fuel. Very basic interior. It's really 90s GM in here. I mean, it's not sort of 90s GM. It's very 90s GM in here. All plastics and stuff like that. The steering wheel has no buttons on it. It just has the giant Pontiac logo, which, again, very 90s GM. This is essentially a rebadged Cavalier. In the center, I get 2 air vents that are, you can just kind of move around wherever you want the air to go. You just kind of point it in the general direction and it'll do that. Then I have an aftermarket radio because it's an early 2000s radio. It's not going to be good. Then I have my heating and air conditioning controls. Really simple, very basic here. Nothing really interesting. There's no dual climate zone. There's no auto. Then I have the shifter, which is broken. This is probably the most broken shifter I have ever reviewed, but it's an automatic shifter. Even when it was new, it was broken, so nothing too crazy there. Then, surprisingly enough, my window switches are actually in the center, which is sort of a European kind of thing, but that's it. Then you have the center console, which, if you flip out, actually has 2 extra cup holders. So I'm currently sitting in an OMP bucket seat, which actually, going from riding passenger to actually driving, I would definitely prefer to have the OMP seat as opposed to the stock seats, because you actually get held in place. You can control the vehicle a lot more because you're actually in the same spot on the top of the hill as you are at the bottom of the hill, although your pants get a little bit more full. Now, it is a 4-door, which actually in this body style was never offered here in the US. This is actually the Canadian model of the Sunfire. So this was never offered here in the States in this body style with the 4 doors. So that is kind of cool. This is a Canadian car, which was never offered in the US. Now, I would do a backseat review, but I don't know if you can see, the back seats are gone. So, no backseat review. It would be pretty small, though. So the weird thing about driving a front-wheel drive car off-road is that really the whole rear end of the car is essentially useless. You have the power up front, you have your spinning wheels up front, and that's really it. The whole rest of the car is really just along for the ride. Now, this Sunfire is lifted, as well as it's on beefier tires. This is not a completely stock Sunfire. The bumpers have been cut. It's really purposefully built to handle terrain like this. And so far, as you can tell, it seems to be working out. It really speaks to the durability of the Sunfire, because this thing has gotten the snot beaten out of it relentlessly for thousands of miles, and it's still here to tell the tale. Now that we got all of the basics out of the way, that is the Pontiac Sunfire. This is my first real-time driving off-road, so the rest of the video you can just enjoy me being a noob at off-roading. So this is, oh, this is way bigger than I remembered. Oh, all right, so this is a lot steeper. Okay, it's sliding. Woo! That was actual real-life terror. You know, oh my God. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn here for a second. I've driven a Hellcat that has 1,000 horsepower I've driven a Camaro with about 770 horsepower, and I don't know if I've made that noise in any of my reviews. Oh, it's so scary driving off-road, especially in a car that was not designed to do so. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a pretty sound.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, there's a big rut here, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to ride this rut. Oh!
So hold on to the brakes. Keep the brakes. Just roll it down.
All right, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. That is my off-roading experience. Oh my god, that's too terrifying. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. Aside